Coming in a little under 8,000 pounds with a super slide that has a sofa and a U-shaped dinette, direct entry to the bathroom, beautiful kitchen, plus 5 bunks in the back. Folks, this right here is the 2022 Coleman Lantern 334BH. All right, folks, so let's get right into it. A couple quick things. One, right behind me, you'll see this awesome entertainment center. I have to mention, I personally really like that they did this accent wall all the way down. I think it really makes it pop. It helps kind of bring in the kitchen. It really just kind of helps make everything a lot more seamless. And naturally, you have a spot to hook up a TV as you'd expect, multimedia center right down below with the HDMI input, and then your fireplace, which not only looks great, but also is an electric space heater. One of my favorite things that Coleman started doing, though, is this right over here. As soon as you walk in, take a look at that. Boom, trash can. I love that they have a dedicated spot for a trash can. This does make it nice and easy to take out as well, so that way you don't have, if your trash bag is leaking, you don't have everything just kind of dripping all throughout the RV. But I love that there's a dedicated spot for it. You'll also see in the Lantern series, you get the upgraded thermofoil countertops. These are wonderful. It's kind of the best of both worlds, if you will, because it's lighter than a true solid surface, but it still allows you to undermount the sink. So that way, again, it's nice and easy cleanup. You can just kind of take everything like this. You don't have that lip from the sink, on the countertop. So again, easier to keep everything clean here. And I like the sink itself too. It's a little bit darker stainless, almost like a gunmetal. I think it's really sharp. It is an apron front sink on here, kind of giving you that, that farmhouse feel, look, and vibe. Then you have the oil rub bronze high-rise faucet. Kind of as we have that accent wall, as I mentioned, you'll also see it right back here in the kitchen backsplash, and it does run the whole length. You have a big window there as well, which helps let in a lot of natural light. For video purposes, of course, we have it closed, but it is a very long window. During nighttime, you have the LED light right up top, and then you'll see your cabinet space there with the decorative glass inlays. I do like those as well, just because it helps break up the wood. There is a few different wood colors in here. You can see the cabinets here are a little bit lighter. When we go over to like the slide fascia, you'll see it's a little bit darker over there. And I think so it is actually a pretty nice blend. I think they did a pretty good job overall. Right up top, microwave hood dropping down underneath. Obviously, our recessed 3-burner cooktop there. A bank of 3 drawers, your bottom 2 being a little bit deeper. And then you have storage space underneath the sink here as well. So in case, you need extra storage, it's a great spot for it right there. Some of, whether it's cleaning products or pots, pans, whatever you want to be able to throw down there. The Everchill 12-volt refrigerator. Open that bad boy up. A lot of manufacturers are going to 12-volt. You'll see Coleman did here as well. Simply because you can run them off batteries, and if you have some solar and you have 2 batteries, you can run that bad puppy for a quite an extended period of time. Coming over to this side is a pantry. You can see a little separate one right down underneath. I kind of like the fact they separated it out, so if you want to use like one of them as kind of like linen closet storage, you can. Another thing I like is this. They went to magnets. I personally really like having magnetic catches. Rather than like the normal style where it has like a male end that kind of plugs into the female end, and if they're misaligned, it doesn't work super well. I personally just like the magnets. They're simple and effective. Making my way back a little further, this, of course, is the bathroom. Let's turn a light on here. And as I mentioned in the very beginning, you have direct access right into the bathroom. That's super nice, folks, especially if you have a bunch of kiddos that have a little bit smaller bladders. They're going to be using the bathroom all the time. This allows them to come in, do their business, and head right back out. As far as space, you can see here, I'm 6 foot tall, about 200 pounds, and I have plenty of space for both my legs as well as my shoulders. Nice big sink here, an actual medicine cabinet, which I like, rather than just having like a piece of plastic. Storage underneath the sink as well. And then right over here to the side is the Neo angle shower. And again, being 6 foot tall, I can fully stand up in here. I still have a little bit of headroom, which is great. That way I'm not ducking down to shower or anything like that. So we make our way back out. This, again, can kind of be versatile storage space. As I mentioned previously, you can use some of this as a linen closet if you so choose, or you can use this for kids' clothes, or if you need more pantry space. What I love is that they actually put a hanging rod up top. So that way you have a spot you can hang the kids' clothes, plus you have shelf space underneath. I love that you have both options. A lot of times you don't get the spot to hang them, so I love they put it in here. Now, I also mentioned in the very beginning there were 5 different bunks, and this is a pretty common bunk layout to have the 4, but what they've actually done, the 5th bunk is an extra pad on the floor, but I love that they included it because you can pull that out and just have that extra sleeping space. That way you're not wasting any space back here. These bunks are 6 foot long, folks, so if you are an adult, you can have adults sleep on here, which is great. So you have the 2 bunks here. This one in the back is actually slightly shorter. The 4 bunks, these 3 over here and this one here, are all 6 foot. This one will be 70 inches, so you'll be 2 inches short, but still an excellent size bunk there. If you want TV, that'll go right back in the center, which I like because, you know, basically everyone except for whoever is sleeping here will have a good view to it. And then you have some additional shelving space, some drawers, space behind the ladder, plus the built-in ladder so that we can climb up onto this bunk. 300-pound weight capacity here. You will also see that you have dual USB ports so that if you need to plug anything in, you have the capability to do that. Now, right up top is a vent, but this is wired for a second AC. So if you do want a second AC in here, this coach has the capability for that. It's already pre-wired, already framed out up there, so it can support the weight of that AC unit. Now let's move into the main living area, and what you'll notice here is your U-shaped dinette. But what's really cool about this, folks, it's actually a convertible dinette. What I mean by that is if you take a look underneath, you will see that there is a spot for 3 legs right there in the floor, and that's because you can actually turn the table. You can remove that back bench seat and the back 2 cushions and just have a very large dinette with a lot of space in between. Most people, at least in my experience, do leave it as the U-shaped, but I do like the fact you have a little bit of flexibility that also drops down and makes a very large bed where 2 adults can very comfortably sleep. And then right over here is your sofa. Now, this one's probably not the best for sleeping because it is just a jackknife style sofa, which means you just kind of lift this up and drop it down. Great storage underneath. You can see this makes it, the pull here makes it a little bit easier to lift up, but you just don't have the length for most adults to sleep here. What I do like about it though is the fact that it is an incliner. What I mean by that is you have these legs that come up just like this, that we have a place to rest your feet. So as you're watching TV, you can put your feet up. That's something that oftentimes you just don't find in many bunk models. But if you want, if you want 3 of you sitting here, you have the space where you can fit 3 people here. It'll be a little tight, but if it's you, your significant other, and a kid or something, you have the capability to do that. And again, everyone has a great view to the TV. We saw the entertainment center. Let's actually head into the bedroom here. A couple of quick things I want to talk about. One are the nightstands. I really like what they do in the Coleman simply because they give you an actual countertop, drawer right there underneath, electrical outlet and USB ports on the side. You can see your mirrored wardrobes here, plus the shelf going across the top, TV hookup, and you have actual slider doors. So it just gives you a little bit more privacy than having a curtain. Coming in a little over 37 foot, the 334BH has an impressive 1,900 pounds of cargo carrying capacity. So what that means for you is you have plenty of space for all your stuff, the kids' stuff, and everything else, assuming, of course, your tow vehicle can handle it. You'll also see a power tongue jack right up front, making it nice and easy to connect and disconnect from the tow vehicle. You have the light on there for some added visibility at night. Right behind that are naturally your 2 20-pound propane tanks with a cover. Rails here for your battery. And then what you'll notice is this one does come with solar prep. I talked inside how we had that 10 cubic foot, 12-volt refrigerator. And so a lot of people will get, 2 batteries on this coach, end up getting that portable solar, so that way you can kind of keep those batteries topped off. And a lot of people just really enjoy that setup. Making our way back a little bit further is a pass-through. And personally, folks, this is something I think another one of those items that Coleman does really well is give you big pass-through compartments. I mean, yes, it does narrow down a little bit on the other side, but you still get a really big door here for some of your larger items like chairs, grills, things like that. You're able to slide them right in there. Power stabilizer jacks. You'll find a control for the front 2 here. We'll have a control in the back for the rear 2. Again, just trying to make it as easy as they can to quickly hook up or disconnect from your campsite, so that way you're not wasting all your time setting up. It gets you, relaxing in your chair just that much quicker. And while you're relaxing, maybe you want to listen to a little bit of music. So they do have 2 outside speakers on this unit. That, of course, is controlled by that multimedia center inside. Right up top is our 12-volt, 16-foot Solera power awning with an LED light strip. That light strip, as you can see, is exposed, and no matter what position the awning is in, so no matter if it's completely rolled up, partially extended, or fully extended, you can still utilize those LED lights. Electrical outlet outside is quite convenient to have. And then your freshwater fill is located on this side. Now folks, a big thing about the freshwater tank on the Coleman Lantern series, it is a 60-gallon tank. Again, if you're gonna be out there, you're gonna be camping for a while, you don't have water hookup, having that big fresh tank is fantastic. Making our way back a little bit further, we get into our second entrance. This, of course, as I mentioned, goes right into the bathroom. If I open this up, boom, there it is. You walk in, use the bathroom, head right back out. Perfect for family, friends, and guests alike. And your black tank flush will be located here too. So that way, when you're done camping, you can just hook a hose up right there, quickly wash that out. It's just a much easier way to wash out your black tank than having to stick a hose down the toilet. And you do want to wash out your black tank, otherwise you can get a bunch of paper and other debris that can gum up your sensors, giving you false readings. Another big thing, great thing about having a bunk model is a lot of times it allows for an outside kitchen, and that's exactly what we have here. Of course, you have the cooktop, great countertop space, an electrical outlet, a few drawers underneath for any kind of plasticware or flatware you want to put out there, cabinets up top, the light, and the larger refrigerator. For me, this is always a big win. That's my favorite part of the outside kitchen, is having the fridge. So when it's bigger like that, definitely, like I said, a big win in my book. Then if you want to actually do some cooking, you have the grill mount right here, so you can flip that out and around, hook your grill up. There's a propane quick connect underneath that you can quickly attach to, so you can utilize that grill. If you don't want to use this one, if you have like a Blackstone or something that you want to bring with you, by all means do that, and you can still hook into that propane quick connect. Backup camera prep, so if you want a backup camera, it is nice and easy to have that installed, saving you some money on the install. And underneath, folks, this one does have a fully enclosed and insulated underbelly. Now, I wouldn't call it a four-season coach because your valves on your black and gray tank are still exposed, but having that insulated underbelly there will help keep out a lot of road grime, hopefully some critters in the off-season, and it will also help keep things a little bit warmer as temps start to kind of dip down a little bit in the fall. You will also see the power input will be right there, has detachable power cord. All right, folks, and that pretty much wraps it up. Again, this beauty right here is the 2022 Coleman Lantern 334BH. If you're looking for a larger bunk model, you want to be able to sleep a lot of people, this is an excellent option. And it has great amenities like the direct entrance right into that bathroom, the convertible dinette that you have, and just a great overall layout. If you are interested and you'd like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching, folks. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.